Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing a report because of 13-13-26. It was Spaceman said, "You gotta do this." Well, I do gotta do this. Every president we have ever had relates to all presidents except for one. And a 12-year-old girl discovered this. I mean, I can just go through this over and over again. And it's like 2009 when it first happened, 2011, all this stuff came out. Obama is even related on Cheney's side because his mother was related to Cheney, and Cheney's related to this one king of England, John Lackland Plantagenet, a king of England, and these kings are related to each other. And it just goes on and on. George W. Bush was related to this same dynasty. I mean, it goes all the way back to Washington, except he wasn't evil at the time, I guess. It just became more and more evil as they became more and more controlled. And it's just unbelievable how this is all related. Every president except for one, King John of England, is where they're all related back to. And there's one king, and I'll get to him, or not one king, one president. I mean, they're all been kings since then through the presidential bloodlines. I mean, it's this. That's what we're under. We're under presidential bloodlines, and they keep sharing off each side of this one-party system called the Republicrats. The one-party system is basically two of the same families battling over who's running this country. And it got worse and worse after the very first, until they all became just like the European kings, and they're all related back to the Queen of England, basically. And this is the same thing. I mean, even Obama is even related back to all this. So we're not. Everybody that we've tried to get in there, I mean, Kennedy, he may not have been totally in with them, but yet he may have been, but since he was Kennedy, of a Scottish background. So, yes, we have these people all related back, but these are people who were tyrants, who made people bow down. They were peasants. They were actually turned into the very background of it all. I mean, they were. Oh, it's just unreal. Van Buren was probably the only one who wasn't one of them in relationship by dislocated family or whatever. I mean, it was just one president. And that's just unreal. Buren was the only one that wasn't in on this. And he didn't last very long, did he? As a president. No. They got rid of all of them. I mean, just look at all the, just Google it. Google Obama related to all U.S. presidents except one and a British king. And you get 214 million results. 214 million results. And there it shows Obama in this one here. I'm not going to go to it, but I'm going to show you it right there. There he is, right in the middle. It's because of his mom. His mother was related to Cheney. I said that earlier. But this is just unbelievable. How can we go on with this dynasty? This is the very first one. The very first page on Google. I just went back 16 pages and went back to the very first one. Let me go to 10. Doesn't matter. Let me go down here and go to 14. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. It's out there, people. You're just not paying attention. You're so poor, you can't pay attention. That's what Rodney Dangerfield used to say. It's just that real. Martin Van Buren learned English as his second, and James Garfield not only knew Greek and Latin but uses ambidextrity to write. Barack Obama has famously admitted being embarrassed that he does king. 2009. Look, he even claimed he was part of the royal bloodline. And you don't believe? It's just unreal. Here's 18. Let's keep going. Let's just keep going. This is just Google. Let's just keep going. 22. We go from 18 to 22. Here we go. Guardian. Everyone. Everywhere you look, you'll find out that we have not controlled this country since at least 1913, when the banksters related in became control of the country. And this is where we fell. We fell when the banksters took over. That's right. J.P. Morgan, Rothschilds, Rockefellers. They all married in, and they all became part of everything. They knew what they were doing. Do you not know what they were doing? They were doing this to make what we have today. And now Obama's back in there. The only thing we can hope is Obama is like Kennedy, and he has a heart for the people that he serves. He has no one behind him he owes, as far as the banksters. And even Israel. And you have to remember Netanyahu. I hate to go off on that, but that's true. Netanyahu has been crying wolf for 15 years. They're developing nukes. They're developing nukes every year. 2 or 3 months. 4 months. They're going to have nukes. We got to go destroy them. And somehow he's got money invested in the oil fields that Iran has, and he wants to take Iran out and control all of the Middle East with himself as part of these 1%ers that are out there. Remember, we are 99%, and we don't have to put up with this, though they got the technology to wipe out 90% of us. Now remember that when we're talking this, because they will go ahead and do it anyways, no matter if you go along with them or not. It doesn't make any frickin' difference. They're going to take us out because there's too many of us and not enough of them. They just need enough people, like the Georgia Guidestones say, 500 million to be their slaves and they will be the gods on Mount Olympus. Don't you know? You should know. You should understand. Israel is not our enemy. Yet, Netanyahu is. And his fraction of Israel is our enemy. He wants to go and make World War III. And he will make World War III if we don't say no to him and stop financing him, and we all go out as America and go over to the other countries and calm them down and say Israel is not a threat to you and don't fuck with them. I have to be literal with you. Sorry. And everything will calm down. They are trying to make revelations happen. These 1%ers seen the book of Revelations. They go, it's a script. Why don't we make it happen? You have to remember, there is no evil God of the Old Testament any longer. He's gone. He's dead. He's Satan. The New Testament, where Christ says, let's get along. Let's all get along together and make peace amongst the world, is the fact. The Revelations was written before then. The Revelations is part of the Old Testament. Think about it. Think about it. The New Testament preaches 190-degree diametric of the Old Testament. It says we no longer have to abide by the Old Testament. And if you don't understand that, then you're just brainwashed into this new world religion that is coming upon, which is going to be the Antichrist religion, which says we've got to destroy anyone that doesn't agree with us. It's like Al Gore and his stupid climate warming scam. And that's what it is, a scam. It's climate change. Yes, it's happening. Yes, the sun does things to this planet. No matter how much money you put into it, it's not going to stop it. It's not breathing CO2. They picked that gas for a reason, because we breathe it out. But plants fix it. And there was a guy that worked for Al Gore who got fired when he came up and said, all we have to do is plant plants around, and they will absorb these certain plants. You know, he had certain plants that he was a scientist. He had certain plants, and if you take these plants and plant them around, they'll absorb all the CO2. And he was fired because of that, because it didn't go along with the money junkies that Al Gore and the rest of these freaking Antichrist people are. If you don't believe in Christ, believe in Sophia, the living spirit of this planet. She can take care of herself, and she has a plan. And if you don't believe in that, and you're an atheist, believe in this. Let's plant plants. Let's plant more vegetation after we cut vegetation down. We take trees out. Let's plant more trees. Let's plant more. But let's not mess with the ancient trees. That's got to be a historic monument, as far as I'm concerned. The redwood forests and stuff like that. Don't cut them down. Let's grow trees that we can cut sooner. Pine trees grow a lot faster. Just regular white pines. And use them to build houses if we must. But I'll tell you a secret. And a lady in France came up with this. And it's not on the top of my head right now, but I'm going to tell you. She took hemp, grinded up hemp plants, and mixed it in with lave, or like, almost like plaster Paris. It's lime, and made bricks out of it. And these bricks were stronger than wood, stronger than metal in some respects, and would build houses out of it, brick houses, and it's highly insulating. Let's do that. Since we have already started the legalization of marijuana, why not legalize hemp, which is not a drug? It's a plant of fibers, and let's make houses out of that last 100 years, built out of this material. I'm telling you, we have alternative everything, energy, everything. We don't have to use oil. No. We have people out there already who is already generating electricity out of thin air. It's a fact. In Australia, they got one that's ready to go on market. And all we have to do is agree with it. We have people out there with technology to make a car run on water. The water doesn't go away. It turns back into water out of the exhaust pipe. It's a use of a little bit of hydrogen and oxygen that is highly reactive in the engine, and you can go for hundreds of miles on a few gallons. Why use oil? Why? You want to ask why? I don't want to start sounding like drinking with Bob, but it's because water will last a lot longer than oil will. Oil burns up, turns into a soot, and is gone. Water turns back into water when burnt. And these systems, they're turned into water, they're made into water. You drive it, it comes out as water vapor. We still got water. We can't use up that water. It's actually refinable. It comes right back and goes right back into nature. I don't know why we're all brain damaged, except for the fluoride, the GMO. I don't understand why Proposition 37 wasn't passed in California. It sounds like there's either retards in California, or it was fixed. The vote was fixed. Because I know in California there's a lot of health-worthy people who eat vegetables, who are called vegetarians, who would not allow GMO in their food because it will kill them. And they know that. So why did that pass? Only because $40 million from Monsanto made that happen. Damn, this pisses me off. I'm getting riled up now. I'm really getting riled up. I'm getting off topic. I almost don't remember what my topic was. But it's all about everything. About how we are allowing the 1% to destroy our world for a profit. Unless you wake up today and stop voting for stupidity and vote the right people in, you're going to die. 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 Don't you understand? You're going to die. Your children are going to die as children. Oh, you just don't understand. You're not doing your research. You're being retarded. You're too busy trying to survive, and I understand that, because that is what the 1% is doing to you. They're making you think this way, act that way, watch television, dress like the television, act like the television, be like the television. You are doing exactly what they want. And I have to mention them again. If I haven't mentioned them before, the Archons are controlling them. These dynamic in-between spaces jinns are controlling their minds, making them think we gotta have all this materialism beyond our needs. And that's what they are after. They have zillions of dollars. Let's just say zillions, because that's basically it. They own the world. And these Archons are trying to make them into them. The Archons. The Archons cannot come into us and make themselves into us. Therefore, they're going to make us into them. And we're going that direction. Just look up Archons. Just Google Archons. Just do your research. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sitting here just getting all riled up over all this because I can see it all. It's all before my eyes. And it's like, why are we doing this? Why are we destroying ourselves? Why are we becoming the very evil that we are preached not to be? We are becoming the very evil that we were preached in earlier days not to be. Abortions. We shouldn't have abortions just because you're out having fun. No, there's contraceptives out there. We shouldn't have money-making schemes and robbing people by... I can go down a list, actually. I can go down the 7 deadly sins. Those are the things you should keep away from. The 7 deadly sins. There's only 7 of them. You can probably come up with 10 with the 10 Commandments. But that's just... when you're saying, oh, that came from the Old Testament. Well, yeah, that was supposed to keep us from being the way we are today. The 10 Commandments was supposed to keep us from becoming what we are. We are Sodom and Gomorrah worldwide. Do you not understand? Read Sodom and Gomorrah. Read what it was all about in the Old Testament. They were trying to teach us that we shouldn't be that way. Though they also had little books in there saying, well, you got to do whatever your rulers say you should do. If there's this evilness, you got to go and kill these people over here because they dress funny and stuff. No! Check out what their culture is. Check culturalism out. Their culture, if it's not against your culture as far as dress and eating and, the way they eat and the way they pray, it's okay. But if they're out there going, we gotta kill this guy over here or this guy over here, that's wrong. It's all wrong. That's Archonism. You gotta wake up. You gotta be awake. I'm getting tired of all this. I'm getting tired of seeing these... I hate to pick on you Democrats, but you agreed with all this crap that voted Democrat to Obama. No religion, no need for saving the unborn. You guys actually, some of these people, the eugenicists of them, actually believe they should kill 3-year-olds if they don't turn out right. What is your problem? What is the problem? Why are you acting this way? What is your major malfunction? Why does all this have to come up? What is your problem? What is this? Why do we have to have rulers? Kings and queens and princes and people, the 1% prancing around in robes and crowns and making you grovel at their feet. What is the main thing? What is it? I'm winding down now. Until next time, wake up. Quit being children being ran by bullies. Stand up. Take a stand. We outnumber them thousands to one. Let's tell them no. I have to tell you right now, Greek is getting ready to do that. The Grecian people are getting ready to say no. And just like it was in Iceland, or Greenland, Iceland, they're going to stand up. And they're going to tell them no. And when they do, they're going to have to stand down or have a revolution that will take out their governments the hard way, like in France, when they took out the queen and king of that time to the guillotine. It's coming if they don't stop it, if they don't back off. It's coming. I'm telling you now, there's civil war amongst the world. Until next time, be good at it, good day.